What's up, y'all? It's the Boosh Bag. Miss Boosh Bag. To you. First off, this helicopter action, it must be hovering because the sound won't stop. It's literally just going on and on, so I gotta do it anyway. I just gotta make this video. Anyway, I had to work last night late until about 12:30, right? So that made me not be able to watch the show. Just watching it, today, and is making the video come out late. So that's my dilemma for this week. It's also going to be the problem with Basketball Wives and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta that's coming on tonight. I have to work that same shift, getting home at around 12:30 a.m., which is 3:30 a.m. on the East Coast, after eating, sleeping, walking my dog, all the crap that I have to do. Yeah, it's going to be late. So this one is late, and those are going to be even later because I'm going to be missing 2 shows. I have to watch them, write my notes, record a video, edit it, upload it, all of that stuff. Is going to be, hopefully I'll get them both up tomorrow, but they definitely won't be up tonight. Absolutely not. I won't even have watched them by then, and hopefully, like I said, tomorrow, but if not, I guess the day after. I just have to get caught up because of my work schedule right now. So hope you guys understand that. Right. I'm watching this show now, all right, and I'm going just kind of, I guess, scene by scene. So you might catch me with my glasses multiple times because I can't fucking see over there. I'm blind as hell. Now, I don't need to see the name and the numbers. I can see the picture. So maybe I won't have to put them back on. But just in case you catch me with the focals on, yeah, that's what's going on. Okay, so this episode started with them talking to Bob. And he, I guess this dude's name is Cohen, something like that. Yeah, he's like, Bob, why was you tripping? He was like, well, I don't know, maybe I guess that whole thing, the same shit that Shereé was saying, that he forgot the cameras was on or whatever. He don't believe that he even said anything like that. He said he knows that things are basically kind of beyond repair, and he couldn't even apologize enough, and he's sorry, all this type of shit. They asked if Shereé believed him. She was like, I think after all the backlash that he received, that yeah, he probably has thought about it, and he probably is being sincere now. So the guy goes on to ask him, what about your son? Like, your son, he's a grown man, and what are you gonna do to try to make sure that he doesn't get this example of what it is that you have been to him and fucking be like that himself? He was like, well, yeah, it would be a good idea for me to have a talk with him because I don't want him to turn out like that, and you need to have more pride in your wife, I guess, than you have in yourself. So he's saying that he put himself before his wife and all this and all that. And basically everybody's just saying, yeah, just get it to motherfucking together though, and talk to your fucking son so that he don't turn out to be quite the ass that you were. And he said, yeah, I think I should talk to him about my absence and the shit that I did during that upbringing, because supposedly he really respects and appreciates Shereé because she takes care of his kids. Okay, she is a great mother to his children, and that was a really, really nice thing to say. Other people chimed in. So Candy was like, well, he was asking, would he still be open to learning, and well, both of them be open to communicating with each other so that they could get better, if only for the kids. That's what Candy was saying. And Shereé said, yeah, she thinks that she'd be able to be open, and of course, already know his motherfucking ass open. Then it went to Peter. Peter was like, man, your fucking sense of humor, Bob, is so fucked up. Like, dude, if I wasn't your friend, I just want to punch you in your fucking mouth. Like, I was seriously disturbed by the shit you was saying. I told y'all when we was watching that fucking episode and they was drunk, Peter didn't, well, Todd didn't either. Neither one of them didn't seem to think the shit was funny. Like, this is a weird ass, ignorant ass conversation. Like, Bob, you be tripping. So he was like, yeah, that shit ain't cool. And I guess that it took other people to be saying, oh, well, what if this was your daughter that this was happening to, or whatever, for him to kind of check himself. I think I said it last week, but now I see it in real life. Bob's motherfucking beard is glistening like the motherfucking sunshine. That shit is like tar, like liquid street, okay? That shit is jet black and shiny as hell. Candy hair shiny as hell too. I'm thinking a whole bunch of people got a whole bunch of baby oil or coconut oil make your shit shiny too. Motherfuckers to slick they shit the fuck down for this show. I'm like, y'all niggas glistening, okay? All right, first of all, I did have to have my glasses back on. I see the glasses lying down here. I'm like, I should make lines on my face. Okay, so next up is Peter and Cynthia's relationship, their marriage or whatever. They're asking about, you know, how did it break up? Why did it break up? All of this. Cynthia basically said that, you know, was it just like one specific thing? Was it the money? And she was like, it's not one thing. Like, it's, you know, a multitude of things that all kind of pile up. She said, and then it would just, she doesn't do very well with stress. When one thing would happen, as soon as they get past one hurdle, there's like another thing right there. And she just found it very, very hard to deal with being this unit and dealing with so many things going on, and that she is not equipped to be a wife. She's already said that, and she did the best that she could do. Peter, he did seem a little bit arrogant for just a second, but then he nicened back up. But he basically said that he is dating again. He went a year without having sex with his wife, so now it's on and popping. He is dating someone that he really, really likes. But he does try to keep in contact with Cynthia. He talks to Noelle most of the time because Cynthia, you know, is not around. She acted busy or whatever. But he wants her to be happy and, you know, find whoever it is that she's gonna be with that's gonna make her happy. And of course he wanna fucking be happy. So they was trying to make them admit that they had sex out in Hawaii when they were out there, because all of the kissing and the all up on me and all of that. But he was like, no, because Candy them, they was like, we tried to catch him, they was looking for it, it did not go down. And basically Peter said if he can't have all of Cynthia, he don't want none of her. These fruit flies trying to get all up in the video, bitch. How many subscribers you think I got? This motherfucker trying to he's trying to have a collab with me. Yeah. If he can't have all of her, he don't want none of her. He also did say, because she had got like kind of misty eyed during this little segment and she's crying or whatever, he did say that he would always love her. Like, he got love for her and he's always gonna love her. And that made her feel better. She was like, you know, thank you or whatever. And that's sweet, because all my exes love me, okay? I need y'all to know that. So if anybody's dating one of my exes, girl, he loved me. Yeah, right. All right, they go to Candy and Todd. Apparently Block is still in contact with Riley, and they just hung out last weekend, so he's keeping his end of the promise. Things appear to be going well. Todd has nothing but respect for him now. Goes over to Porsha, and she's like, well, since Todd is not here, and Peter's like, why Todd not here? Now Peter is just antagonistic as hell during this whole motherfucking segment. I'm thinking he might be drunk. Is Peter drunk? Because he is over there talking buku shit, okay? So he's like, oh, well, Todd's not here. But Peter's like, excuse me. Why is Todd not here? He not here, but, you know, he been texting me all day. He's being very supportive. He like, yeah. That's not the answer I was going for. It's like, so what's up with your relationship, though? Right now, we are on pause. So this Cohen dude is like, well, the baby nut, I hope that's his name. I should put on my glasses and try to read it. The baby nut did not go over. The pre-baby agreement, I'm just gonna call it that, because the word baby nut is just on my nerve. No, it did not fucking go over well. And Peter's over there like, who does that? Who fucking does that? She was like, no, it didn't go over well. And he was like, were you even at a point in your life where you should have been doing that? She was like, well, if he was going to be moving into my house, which is something that was seeming like was going to happen, yeah, I need some things to be in place. So somebody wrote in and was like, you expect us to believe that was your first time having sex over at your mother's house? She was like, it was. Because, you know, I mean, I'm thinking about having babies and the perfect guy come out of the sky, blah, 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 blah. I'm thinking he could be baby daddy, but who's to say? And at this time, Peter is just saying, the dude was like, I'm surprised that Todd didn't run for the hills. And at this time, Peter is whispering to the other Todd, like, yeah, I'm out. I'm getting up out of here. I'm thinking that he's talking about the guy leaving because the other dude just said, yeah, he should have ran for the hills. And I'm thinking he's saying, hell yeah. I'm like, fuck that, I'm out. But then he go and he whispered to Cynthia, like, I'm going to leave the stage now. She's like, why? He's like, because I need to. And he just got up and walked the fuck away. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. But like I said, maybe he got the runs. But I think he might be drunk because he is. Oh, because before he even left, he got on Phaedra too. It was like, well, Phaedra, why didn't you want Porsha to just have a baby on her own? She was like, because it's really hard and I wanted her to have the whole package. He like, do you have the whole package, Phaedra? She was like, no, I don't, but I did. But you don't now though, right? No. Yeah. Yeah, so you're alone, right? Yeah. So you're not married anymore? No, I'm not married. So you got a divorce. You're divorced, right? Aren't you divorced? Aren't you divorced? You're divorced, right? Yes, I'm divorced. Yeah. Life don't always work out perfect, baby girl. Yo, Peter gotta be drunk. After the commercial, Peter's off the stage and he's like, where the drink? Where the drink at? He's drunk. That nigga drunk just like I fucking told y'all, right? So, he's like, Cynthia, I wish you were a stronger woman because me and you, we could have been fucking amazing. I gotta go. I can't be here with this shit. I got to go get my shit. Get me a car. I gotta get out of here. He putting on his jacket. And they dismissed Todd and Bob from the damn stage anyway. So it don't even motherfucking matter. But yeah. Peter said, okay. So I think this shit was just too emotional for him, and plus his ass is drinking, okay? So yeah, it ain't gonna go down well. Alright, so now this next little segment was quite motherfucking long. Let me try to see if I can remember the shit that happened. First they was talking about Shereé messy ass, telling everybody business, being a bone collector and blah blah blah. And she was like, well, they're like, oh, well, Shereé just keeps everybody honest, so if you've been talking about somebody, she just feel like you should be able to say it to their face. That's something that Shereé should just say to you. She should say, that person is my friend. If you got something to say, you need to say that to their face. Don't go behind my back and fucking be messy and tell my motherfucking business to start a fight. I mean, there are some things that you can tell and it won't be nothing. And most of the things on this motherfucking show are gonna be something. So, bitch, she's being messy. She ain't keeping me honest. I'm surprised ain't nobody ran up in her mouth yet. Ain't nobody punched her in the motherfucking face because she starts the absolute most mess, okay, on this whole motherfucking show. Then it gets down to Shereé sitting there with Porsha, and he's like, well, Shereé, you're like Porsha's best friend and Candy's really, really close friend. Even though supposedly they haven't spoken since the episode with Shereé and Phaedra and Porsha. After Shereé saw it, they didn't speak. And then Porsha's trying to apologize to Shereé for not sticking up for her. And Kenya gets in it. So she was like, oh, I'm sorry for the way it made you feel. She was like, it's not how she felt, it's what you did. It's like, excuse me? It's not, you did something. So you need to, bitch, no. Because earlier in this motherfucking, probably same damn segment, you fucking wouldn't apologize for what you did. You just wanted to fucking just, let it slide off my back. Well, no, it was just a misjudgment. Like, it's not, no, it was something that you fucking did. So, you don't get to tell motherfuckers to do some shit that you, in fact, don't want to do, didn't do, and then try to make an excuse for not doing so, and think that you motherfucking checking somebody, okay? So, yeah, there's that. So, she kept on arguing with Porsha, back and forth, calling her Elvis, and she got Elvis hair and Elvis outfit and all of this shit, just to not let Porsha get through with this little, this apology. Candy is in the middle of it, and she's like, okay, but whatever happened with this whole thing with y'all, with the arguing about Block? So this is back to Shereé, when Candy was telling Shereé that Porsha said that Block used to talk shit about her. She was like, oh, she know her too. She was like, yeah, they used to kick it. That is basically what she said. And then when it got back to her, it's like, oh, well, how it feel to be sleeping with the same person or whatever. And they're like, well, why would you be upset? I'm like, because why wouldn't she be upset? She didn't say they were kicking it. That's what Candy said. They brought it back to her that she was fucking somebody, and especially for it to come from a bitch like Kenya, of course that's going to be enraging and infuriating. And it makes a scene, and nobody said, oh, I didn't say that. Shereé did not clear that up. And you know, Kenya wasn't gonna clear it up, so it still remained the same, that she was being accused of fucking this guy that she's saying that she didn't fuck. And if she didn't want anybody to know that, then that's fucking that. So yeah, I think that Porsha had every right to be mad at that time on the show for that specific fucking situation or whatever. But Candy was like, she was like, well, after you said, well, I didn't say that, but let's keep it real, you was fucking him. Like, you didn't even have to fucking say that. Why couldn't you just say? So Candy was like, well, I felt like you was trying to check me, which in itself is pretty fucking petty. So because she's upset, you like, well, fuck that, don't be mad at me, let me say something more humiliating and embarrassing for you. But yeah, there's that. Okay, and then when Porsha finally does get the chance to actually talk to Shereé and give her a little apology, Candy interrupts yet again, and she's like, no, Shereé said, well, it's the other part that went a little bit further, or it was one of them or both of them or whatever the fuck. And it goes on to when Phaedra did that whole thing and was saying they close, and then she was saying, yeah, they are very close. And she was like, what the fuck was that about? She was like, no, they are close. She was like, no, you know, it wasn't being said in a way that's like just talking about regular closeness. It was being talked about in the context of what Phaedra had just fucking said. And Shereé was like, see, that right there is a problem. So apparently they got some sort of motherfucking issues going on right now, because she really felt that she should have stuck up for her, and apparently Candy did too. And you know, Porsha just sitting there looking pretty dumbfounded. So then they are getting into the freaking factory, and about them, Phaedra and Porsha's friendship, and you know, it's going through all these scenes of them together and blah 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 blah. And they were like, so you guys are really close? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, and Shereé is, you know, she does not care for the relationship that they have together. And he's like, well, do you ladies, the rest of y'all, think that their friendship is genuine? And they're like, whatever. Basically, no. And and Porsha's like, I don't even care. Like, I care about her. I care about her life and blah, blah, blah. We talk all the time. And I don't give a fuck if y'all think that we're friends or not. She was like, she's like, I mean, why would y'all, I mean, y'all gotta be jealous. Basically, that's Phaedra. She was like, she was jealous. Like, jealous of what? It's like, basically, y'all don't want me to have a friend. Like, one person is my fucking friend and everybody mad. And that does sound pretty fucking true. They want, when everybody started picking on Porsha and all of that shit, they wanted everybody to have turned on her and just leave her completely desolate and be the only person out there without no motherfucking friend. Except for fake ass Shereé, who, come on, either she's everybody's friend or she ain't nobody friend. But she ain't got no loyalty to nobody, so she just pure shade. But yeah, that's basically the thing. And then Shereé's like, well, if she was really your true friend, she wouldn't have threw you under the bus or left you to, you know, take the blame for something that she fucking did. So then it goes back to this whole situation, and then this and this and this and that. And and basically Porsha's like, well, Candy's arguing with her. She was like, you more mad at me for implying something than Phaedra, who actually fucking said it. And Phaedra is like, her eyes are fucking enormous, but it's dumb because, you know, first of all y'all talking about haven't watched these episodes, so you know that it was already seen that you fucking said it. And she was like, what was the point of you fucking saying that? If you weren't, you know, shading and trying to shade me and all this and all that, then what the fuck did you say that for? And she had zero, basically nada to fucking say. So it's about to hit the fan. Alright, and now there's all this additional shade going on between Phaedra and Shereé, because Shereé actually called Porsha and told her, you need to watch out for her because you don't know where her vagina has been, because she tried to push up on my husband. And basically Phaedra saying that everything that she said wasn't supposed to even be directed at Kandi. Kandi was just collateral damage. It was really against Shereé for the shit Shereé said, and Shereé saying that she did this because she had tried to come onto her husband. So now, you know, she don't know if she can really be trusted. So they just basically going back and forth. Shereé is throwing her engagement in Phaedra's face. Phaedra's like, well, I already got my papers. I ain't gotta write no letter. I'm already divorced and blah blah blah. I hope you happy. You ain't gonna be happy. Blah blah blah. You desperate now that I'm not with him no more. You go be with him since you always wanted to be with him. And she like, please stop telling motherfuckers that I was trying to come for your motherfucking ex, because ain't nobody give a fuck about your ex and all of this and all that. And it's just pure loudness and fucking craziness between Shereé, not Shereé, between Shamia and Phaedra. Oh, my glasses. Alright, so coming back from the commercial, Phaedra and Shamia are still fucking arguing, and Porsha gets emotional. She starts like crying. They're like, well, what's wrong with you? She was like, you know, it's a very you know, harsh dynamic to be in the middle of, because she's calling her a whore, she's calling her a used up cheerleader, she making fun of her plastic surgery, telling her don't use Groupon, your belly button crooked, and just all of this stuff. So basically they're like, well, Shamia, do you feel like Phaedra is like coming and replacing you? And she was like, yeah, like anybody would feel that way. So Kandi chimes in. I'm not gonna stop because of that. Kandi chimes in and she's like, well, Shamia never tried to make me like choose, or I never tried to make her choose between, you know, me and Porsha. But when Porsha was in the middle of the thing with Phaedra and Shamia, it was very clear whose side it was that she was on. And she was like, well, that's just not fucking true. She was like, basically, I got upset because when Shereé came and told me that you said that that Phaedra had been cheating on her husband, I figured I should go and I could talk to you about it and maybe clear some things up, but maybe I should have just minded my business, basically. And then they moved to the next topic, which is all the lesbian girl on girl action that was going on this season. Well, just talk of it, because it wasn't any real actual girl on girl stuff, but yeah, a whole bunch of talking about it though. Alright, so basically it goes through all of these scenes with Porsha and Kandi about that situation with the dungeon and all of that. And Candy's like, I don't really know why it's even a big deal. Like, I thought that it was being brought up because it was trying to imply that maybe I didn't love my husband or something like that, because there's no reason to have brought it up, because I already made it, you know, an open thing that I have hooked up with a girl. And he's like, a girl? 2 girls? Well, it's been more than one girl? Yes, it's been more than one girl. How many girls? It's been girls. Well, has it been less than 10? Yes, it's been less than 10. Damn, Andy. So, yeah, basically, she's like, well, yeah, I hooked up with this person, or, well, she didn't name any people, but she has hooked up with women before. She said it in episodes or seasons prior. So it really should not have been like any kind of a thing at this fucking point. So he's asking, well, Kandi, how do you feel now that you know that it was both of them that were spreading this rumor about you? I'm like, was it really a rumor? I mean, I guess it's a rumor and it got spread because it's actually on TV, but were they actually telling people, like, in just regular life? Like, I don't fucking think so, but whatever. She's basically, well, Porsha is saying, I never really said that about you. Like, I threw some shade. I said something about the closet or whatever. I didn't say you're a lesbian with my own mouth. Like, those are not words that I use to imply something or whatever. That was just me throwing shade. It wasn't, oh, you're a lesbian. And she was like, well, you said that we were close, and you know the way you, she was like, you are close. She was like, but you meant, you are close. Like, that's it. That's the end of the fucking story. Like, we're close. So what does that fucking mean? So she also had said that earlier to Phaedra. Like, you said, you implied, you know, they're close and blah blah blah. Like, we were fucking close. Were we fucking? She's like, no, we were not. So everybody is dumbfounded. This storyline goes on forever. All right. So now they're asking Phaedra, how come she didn't come to Porsha's defense at that dinner where Shereé, well, Marlo fucking asked Kandi if she was a lesbian. And she was like, well, I didn't call her a lesbian. She was like, you said that they were, you know, doing it. She was like, yeah, a lesbian is a person who only has sex with women. I did not call her a lesbian. So basically, her and Porsha are just dealing with semantics. Like, I didn't exactly say those words, so it wasn't me that was talking. So essentially, from what I'm getting, she's saying that she said that she was sleeping with a woman also, but because she is married and has a husband that she's also sleeping with, thus the child or children that she has, then she is not a lesbian, she is bisexual. So no, when somebody brought up that she was a lesbian and that somebody had been spreading this rumor, I did not think about anything that I said because I never called her a lesbian. So yeah, and it's similar to what Porsha was saying, like, no, I did not specifically say the words. I said that you were close, and you are. So yeah, there's that. Then they're going back and forth with Phaedra about, you know, how she's lying, and then Todd like kind of gets into it, and he was like, well, whatever. Like, Todd, what did you think when you heard that Phaedra was saying this? And he was like, they always hating and they always saying something, they always lying. They never come to my wife's face with anything. So I mean, it's just more lies to me. And Porsha's like, I came to her face. He was like, and you were still fucking lying. So it's just whatever. Alright, then some lesbian wrote in about homophobia on the show. The word lesbian being tossed around as if it's a bad thing. And is there a line between jokes and homophobia? Blah, blah, blah. Porsha just said that she don't really have nothing against lesbians or gay people, blah, blah, blah. She all down for them. And they were like, well, what about this sermon a long ass time ago where you said that they, you know, the gays and lesbians need to be saved? She was like, well, that was a long ass fucking time ago. And Phaedra chimed in that people evolve, and that was 10 years ago. And she was like, yeah, I mean, society has changed. I have changed. And my views are now different, saying as though I have also had my own experiences. And Todd is like, oh, so now she's admitting it or whatever. And then it goes back into Kandi and Porsha talking again, because Todd said, well, there was a kiss. There was actually more than one kiss, and then there was a proposition. Who propositioned who? Porsha propositioned us. She asked us to come back to the hotel, and she's like, that's a lie. He was like, no, it is not. So Kandi chimes in, and Kandi is saying, well, after you told me you wanted to eat me till I came, she was like, oh, please stop saying that, because I didn't know. Then you acted like I was making it up, and then you admitted to it. She was like, no, because I do like hooking up girls. It's you. I'm talking about, I did not ever ask to hook up with you because I'm not attracted to you. I'm sitting here and I'm looking at you right now and I'm not attracted. And blah, blah. She was like, well, bitch, you said it and you was kissing me. She was like, oh, those were beer goggles. So Andy Cohen is asking, well, if Kandi was the one who was sober and all y'all was drunk, wouldn't her account be more logical to think was the right thing that was going on since she hadn't been drinking? And Porsha's like, well, she sure really remembers it. It's a very memorable night for her. And she was like, bitch, you remember it too, okay? So they going back and forth. She's calling her ugly or whatever, and she was like, well, you tried to hook up with me. So after we hooked up, she was like, I didn't hook up with you. A kiss is not a hookup. Don't flatter yourself. She was like, well, maybe I should have just let you eat me out then, okay? And licking and kissing and all of that, and then you would be able to admit to yourself that you was fucking attracted to me. Kandi is still on the same trip, like, no. When I brought it up, she called me a liar. She said that it wasn't true, but then she went on to admit it because she's a liar. She's a big fat fucking liar. Porsha goes into her job. She was like, you know, I work, I'm a journalist, and they're like, you ain't no journalist, it's a gossip show, whatever. We report some fucking news, and basically, I don't want to be known as a liar. And Todd is like, well, why you lie so much? And she's like, so I like to get the truth. The thing that happened with this club was 3 years ago. The information that I got about the drugging situation was just 1 year ago. And since Kandi served me with a cease and desist letter, I can't speak on it, but I'm going to have Phaedra talk about it since she's the one who told me it in the first place. So, oh my God, Porsha pulled Phaedra's card twice. One show. 2 times. Because I guess she kind of sick of maybe taking a fall for her, and she wanted Phaedra to say something about it, but everybody's jaw dropped, okay? They're like, oh my God, is you for real? And Candy is like, you fucking told her that I wanted to drug her? So I know it's going to be crazy as hell next week. Very, very explosive. And some shit about to go down. And I don't know if Rick and Brock are going to be friends anymore. But yes, okay, I was not expecting that. I thought the first time that she called Phaedra out, that was the call out that everybody was talking about. Because you know, on my lunch break last night while I was at work, well, not even lunch break. I only get a break of like 15 fucking minutes. But I'm on my phone and I'm looking and everybody talking on Facebook and I'm like, ooh, all these spoiler alerts. But I knew something was about to happen, so I knew this was going to be the episode with the crying. But next week is the real crying, but this is the beginning of the tears, right? Okay, so I'm excited. Faye, she doing too much. She is really far more sinister than I had ever imagined. And I already told y'all, I'm so not here for the fucking Southern Belle fucking act. That shit, that irks my motherfucking nerves. I don't like a motherfucker always acting extra prim and proper, okay? Cynthia gets on her little prim proper thing too, but then she a little, you know, she a little nasty, a little thug, a little something, you know? But Phaedra, she gets her little thing and she be smug and arrogant or whatever, and she gets shady and get down and dirty, but then she wanna be up here with her motherfucking pearls and her fucking perky titties and all of this. No. You fake, you phony. So, I'm excited to see how this is going to play out. I don't know if I just told what happened or if I gave any opinions. If I did, let me know if you agree down in the comments. Just let me know how you feel about this motherfucking shit that's going down, because I kind of feel, I feel bad for Porsha. I'm always feeling bad for Porsha just because nobody want to admit that they was bullying her. And if they will just say, you know what, we did go in too hard on you and maybe we pushed you over the motherfucking deep end. If somebody would admit that, then I'm cool with everything that went down except for Kenya, because I don't like that bitch. But let me know if y'all agree with what I had to say down in the comments. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. And until the next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out my previous video. I also have a beauty and lifestyle channel you can check out, or swing by my fitness channel for a free workout. Don't forget to subscribe.